I think it's important to call these things out. Is he, the worst thing in the world? Absolutely not. He's been lying to people, consciously calculated, deceiving people. Hi, this is Jim Breon. Welcome to this YouTube channel where we discuss all things mental health. The video we're doing today is something very different than what I normally do. I've been asked to talk about a specific person on TikTok who's known as the Liver King. If you are not familiar with this person, this is a man who has been promoting supplements and a lifestyle that he calls the ancestral lifestyle, where he's a super built bodybuilder and has been selling products and recipes and all sorts of things online, telling people that if they do what he does, they're going to get this built body. And the way that you get this body is by eating liver, raw liver, bull's testicles, bull's penises. And throughout his time online, he has time and time again lied to people about using steroids. People have asked him time and time again, can you get a body like that without being on steroids? And he's consistently lied to people. And then finally, his cover was blown and he had to admit that the whole time he was actually using $11,000 of steroids a month to build this body. So why am I even talking about this? In the grand scheme of things, does this even matter? And I think the reason I'm talking about it is because I think it does matter. Because not only is it important for us to call out lies and deception, but what he's been doing is actually something that's become a very toxic phenomenon in our culture. It's been gaslighting people. This is something that we've seen increasingly with politicians lying about the results of elections and all kinds of things, telling people lies when they know it's not true. And this is actually what he's been doing. He's been gaslighting people, which is one definition of it is the act of or practice of grossly misleading somebody, especially for your own advantage. Now, the Liver King has promoted himself as fighting to help people improve their mental health. He talks about the high rate of depression and suicide and how he wants to help people live a healthier lifestyle. He wants to model things for 15-year-old boys. And I think the sad reality is that he has been modeling a lot for young men. He's been modeling magical thinking, the idea that, you can eat organ meats and it's going to heal your body. It's sort of a very old, archaic belief in some cultures. Sometimes it's defined as like follows like, that if you have heart problems and you eat the heart of some animal, that your heart is going to improve. One of the reasons that tigers are so endangered now is that there's a belief in some cultures that if you eat the penis of a tiger, that will increase your libido. And I think you can see how toxic some of these archaic beliefs are. But aside from that, people watch him and he is modeling behavior. And now that people know the real way that he developed the body that he has, I really wonder how many young guys are now going to start using steroids because they've seen it modeled. I think it's important to call these things out. Is he, the worst thing in the world? Absolutely not. But he has shown a lack of integrity and really kind of a lack of empathy for the people who he's taken advantage of. He's been lying to people, consciously calculated, deceiving people. And, some of those behaviors are very similar to what we see in a communal narcissist, somebody who will promote themselves while saying that they're promoting some important cause that they believe in, but then they manipulate people and they lie to people about what they're actually doing. Unfortunately, I think a lot of the presentation that this man has been putting out there has been really reinforcing some caricatures of masculinity, that real men eat raw meat. Like being a real man is somehow being like a barbarian or a Viking. And, that's really kind of a cartoon characterization of what it means to be a man in our culture. I think some of the important things that men should be modeling, especially for younger men, is integrity, standing up for your values, caring for other people. And I think sadly, this man has missed the mark in a lot of those ways. And I can have a lot of compassion for him for the embarrassment that he probably felt when he was exposed. And I think if that hadn't happened, he would still be promoting all of these falsehoods. That's kind of concerning. So, like I say, I do think it's important to call these things out and not to normalize this, because unfortunately there's been way too much normalization of deceit, gaslighting, and narcissism in our culture. Something to think about. As always, I encourage you to like and subscribe and sign up for notifications so you can find out when more material is coming out. And I would be interested in hearing your comments. So, drop your ideas down so that I can see what people are thinking. And if you have other ideas for future videos, let me know that as well. Take care. Bye-bye.